Good evening and welcome to Live at 5, Richmond County's nightly news. I'm Matt Harrelson. We hope you all had a wonderful Wednesday. We've got plenty of news tonight, so let's get right to it. Now for tonight's top stories. The Richmond County Board of Commissioners held their regular scheduled meeting Tuesday evening. The commissioners heard an update from Health Director Tommy Jarrell concerning the infestation of mosquitoes in the county since the hurricane and subsequent flooding. Jarrell brought news of funding being made available to Richmond County and the other 27 counties in the state that have been designated as disaster counties. A total of $4 million is being distributed across the affected counties, with Richmond's share being a little over $55,000 for mosquito abatement. Options are being reviewed for the best solution to take for application. Jarrell's recommendation to the board was to contract with the low bidder to perform the spraying in order to get it completed in a timely manner. Recent testing, according to the Department of Health, indicated a landing count of 50. This is a measure of how many mosquitoes would land on an individual in a given minute of time. Current data suggests a widespread issue with no significant difference from one area of the county to another. Commissioner Don Bryant brought concerns of how the mass spraying for mosquitoes could have a significant negative impact on the local bee population. Bryant further noted that the Richmond County has one of the biggest bee clubs in the state. Jarrell agreed that there needs to be good communication with local beekeepers prior to spraying to help ensure that they take an adequate measure to protect their bees prior to the actual spraying operation. The board voted to give Jarrell the approval to continue to pursue options for application. All commissioners, with the exception of Bryant, voted to move the plan forward. October brings many things to the table, from fall to Halloween and cooler weather. But for Richmond County, it also brings Hoptoberfest. The fourth annual event is coming up this Saturday for all ticket holders to go out and enjoy samples of craft beer, dancing, music, and socializing. The music group performing is the Men of Distinction. The event starts at 4 p.m. and will end at 7. However, there are only 4 tickets remaining, and there's only one way to get them. The Classic Rock's Good Morning Sandhills radio morning show will be giving these tickets away for free on Friday during the show. To tune in to Good Morning Sandhills, there's a few ways. One of those is to download the Richmond Observer app, or you can download the Classic Rock Radio app. You can also visit theclassicrockradio.com, or the best way, which is through Good Morning Sandhills live Facebook page. GMS is live from 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. Emily Parsons, a senior on the Richmond Senior High School tennis team, has been named the second official Richmond County Female Athlete of the Week for the 2018 fall sports season. Now in her second season on the Lady Raider tennis team, Parsons has been a big part of the Lady Raiders' current 9-match winning streak, as the team is in second place in the Sandhills Athletic Conference standings. This is Parsons' first career selection. She's enjoying her final year at Richmond as she's taken on a tough course load to try and get a head start on her college career. This semester, she's enrolled in 4 classes at Richmond Community College. Parsons picked up tennis during her junior year because she wanted to stay active during the fall for her true passion, which is soccer. She's been playing the sport for 13 years and has played travel soccer locally with the Richmond Rush program. She's played soccer for the Lady Raiders since her sophomore year, making the varsity squad as a midfielder every season. An injury during her freshman year kept her from participating, but last season, Parsons had 1 goal for a Lady Raider team that set the program record for the most wins in a season with 17. Like many of her fellow seniors, Parsons is going through the process of applying to colleges as she prepares for her freshman year next fall. She's already been accepted to Wingate University and Gardner-Webb University and still wants to apply to UNC Chapel Hill and Elon College, where her and her dad and Richmond golf coach Keith Parsons both attended. Her dream school is the University of Richmond in Virginia, and she's working on applying to that school as well. Congratulations to our official Richmond County Female Athlete of the Week, Emily Parsons. When we return, I'll be bringing you your Live at 5 weather report. We'll let you know what the weather's going to be like for Hoptoberfest this weekend. It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
Hi, this is Christina with Richmond County Hospice. I'm with Julie and Holly, and we're here to talk about how wonderful Hayden Construction was during our recent pipe bursting and flooding in our building.
In 10 to 15 minutes, they were here, and they were already starting to work, vacuuming up the water, trying to figure out where all the damage was, what all they needed to do.
They were so quick to get on the scene. They were here before I even arrived, and it was just reassuring to have them come in and take control.
We are so thankful that they were here to help us that day.
At Kyocera, we see your company differently. We see your documents, how they're accessed, what it takes to keep them secure, and how well your workflow is flowing.
Kyocera helps your entire document infrastructure run more efficiently, securely, and cost-effectively.
And what we see is an opportunity to integrate all of it.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
Today's Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Todd's Computer Sales and Service. And there's nothing but sunshine expected over the next few days. But let's start with tomorrow and take a look at the map behind me for the highs. Starting down in Wilmington, the Port City, you can expect a high of 87 for tomorrow. A high of 89 just north of that in New Bern. High of 90 up in Greenville. A little bit west of that, you can expect a high of 88 for tomorrow in the capital city of Raleigh. Down in the Sand Hills area here, a high expected of 89 for Southern Pines, high of 90 in both Rockingham and in Laurinburg. Over in Charlotte for tomorrow, high of 89 expected. Just below that, temperature will be a high of 88 for Greensboro and a high of 86 for Hickory. As I mentioned, and as you can see behind me, nothing but sunshine expected for tomorrow. A couple clouds popping up, but should be a beautiful blue sky day. Now, we mentioned Hoptoberfest coming up soon. That's going to be this weekend. In the meantime and in between time, for tomorrow, a high of 90, low of 69 here in the Richmond County area. As we get into the weekend on Friday, once again, nothing but sunshine, no precipitation expected, with a high of 89, a low of 70. Now, as I mentioned on Saturday for Hoptoberfest, a small 30% chance of rain, a high of 83, low of 67. However, checking the radars now and the upcoming forecast, shouldn't expect any rain at least between the 4 and 7 o'clock period for Hoptoberfest. That should absolutely be no problem. Same thing for Sunday as we finish out the weekend. Partly cloudy, just a small 30% chance of rain, high of 85, low of 67. And then as we get into the start of next week, still a 30% chance of rain, high of 83, low of 66. So as I mentioned, a lot of sunshine on the way. There is a small chance for some rain this weekend as we get into the start of next week. Probably not something you're going to have to worry about, but maybe keep an umbrella in your car just in case. And that's going to do it for your Live at 5 weather report. When we return, we've got Lady Raider volleyball and tennis in action. It's coming up right after the break. Stay tuned.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Less than a week ago, the Richmond volleyball team was reeling on the heels of a 3-game losing streak, but fast forward to Tuesday night and the Lady Raiders were victors for the third time in 4 days. On the road at Hoke County, head coach Ashley Larson's team made quick work by winning in straight sets. It was the second time during the current winning streak that Richmond has held its opponent off the scoreboard, with the other being Saturday's home win against Purnell Sweat. The 3-set win was Richmond's 6th victory of the season that saw the ladies in green and gold keep their opponents scoreless. As the regular season winds down, Larson emphasized to her team the imperativeness of winning the remaining SAC games. Currently, Richmond is locked in the third-place slot in the standings, 1 game ahead of Scotland. Hoke rounds out the bottom of the 8-team conference as the Lady Bucks have yet to win a game. The Lady Raiders will get a much-deserved night off tonight before being back on their home court Thursday to square off against 5th-place Lumberton. First serve is set for 6 p.m. The Lady Raider tennis team was able to handle 71st High School 9-0 on Tuesday, mainly due to the Lady Falcons only sending 2 players to compete. Head coach Mike Way said that there wasn't a whole lot to learn from Tuesday's matchup, but it did allow him to rest a few of his players that are dealing with injuries. It also gave Taylor Parrish and Morgan Hooks an opportunity to get some practice in doubles matches. As far as singles competition, number 1 player Jayana Nicholson took the day off to rest her knee that had been bothering her during a couple of other matches, so Way installed his daughter Grayson Way back in the top spot. She was able to defeat 71st player 8-0. Chloe Wiggins followed up with an 8-1 victory of her own in the number 2 match. Because the Lady Falcons only sent 2 players, 71st was forced to forfeit the rest of the singles matches, giving Richmond a quick 6-0 lead for the day. Parrish and Hooks took care of business in the onlys doubles match, beating the 71st team 8-4. 71st then forfeited the remaining 2 doubles matches to bring the overall score to 9-0. What once seemed to be the final game of the regular season, Richmond will head to Laurinburg to play, then make up matches against Purnell Sweat on Monday and Pinecrest next Wednesday, both at home. Those 2 matchups, as well as the one against Scotland, are both slated for 4 p.m., and those were postponed due to Hurricane Florence back in the middle of September. And that's going to do it for today's edition of Live at 5. If you haven't already, be sure to download the Richmond Observer app for your iPhone and Android devices. For all the latest news here in Richmond County, visit richmondobserver.com, and be sure to tune in to Good Morning Sand Hills Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. Thanks for watching Live at 5. Good night, Richmond County.